Hey guys, it's me Ryan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video I'm going to be carrying on with my Overlocker series. So my first video in the Overlocker series is the Overloggers for beginners, and in that video I go through stitch demonstrations and how to thread and set up and things like that. And that video is currently at 40,000 views, which is absolutely amazing. It is my most viewed video on my entire YouTube channel, so thank you guys for all of your support on that. It really is the video that's got me out there and catapulted to me where I am today. Although I am still a very small creator, it's still allowed me to grow very fast and very quick. So thank you guys so much for that. So to carry on with the series, you guys really do love Overlocker videos and Overlocker tips. I know some of you struggle with the Overlocker and find it a very daunting machine, which is very, very common and actually very normal to feel that way, especially on a machine like the Overlocker. The biggest task for a lot of people, especially new sewers, when it comes to the Overlocker is actually threading. And I do have an entire video on how to thread an Overlocker on my YouTube channel, which I will link above on this video and below in the description as well. Although that threading video is specific to the machine I used in that video, a lot of Overlockers are very, very similar, and you will definitely pick up a lot of tips in that to thread your machine, even if it's not the same. So I really do recommend you go over and watch that video whilst you're here, or watch it after this. It's totally up to you. But in today's video, to carry on with the series, I'm going to be showing you guys basic maintenance and how to really look after and take care of your Overlocker so it can last, a long time and also do its job well when you're using it. Overlockers can and will last years if you look after them and they are properly maintained. Most Overlockers, if not all, including industrial, all pretty much have the same maintenance, whether you have a domestic or industrial, and each brand. I will go over the maintenance in this video, but the main things in maintenance is really cleaning and oiling, but I will go over it in depth in this video. But before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Ryan and I am a content creator and fashion designer here on YouTube. I create educational and fun sewing videos here on my YouTube channel, so if you are new around here, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram. That is always linked down below. You can also join my free Facebook community group. It's called Support and Promote Your Sewing, and on there you can promote and support your sewing, and also everyone else is there as well. It's a fun and friendly group, completely free to join on Facebook, and that is also linked down below. So if you want to learn how to properly take care and maintain your Overlocker, please just keep watching. So when it comes to maintaining and looking after the Overlocker, there are three basic things that you're going to need, and a lot of them do come in the Overlocker when you purchase it itself. So you guys will probably recognise this container if you have an Overlocker yourself. In this container contains things like your spare blade if yours break, or when you just need to replace your blade. It comes with thread cone covers and things like that. But when it comes to maintaining and looking after the Overlocker, the main thing you're going to need out of this is the little brush. So this little brush here is what comes with all sewing machines, whether that's an Overlocker, the cover stitch, or even just a regular sewing machine. This little brush is good at what it does, but it's something that I personally don't use because I find it I find it a much longer process to use this than it should be, rather than when I use the brush that I'm going to show you in a minute. But if you guys don't have anything else, this does come with your little Overlocker pack, or sewing machine pack and things like that. So that is the main tool you're going to need out of there. The next thing you're going to need is, in terms of brushes, if you guys just have that brush, that's the brush you will be using. But the brush I like to use is this brush here. Now you guys may be wondering what kind of a brush this is. This brush is actually intended for makeup. It's what it's sold for in shops. Now this is just from the local pound shop. It literally cost me £1, and I've had this now for about 5 years, and I wouldn't use anything else to use on my Overlocker to clean it either. It's a nice big fan brush. It just does the job quickly and efficiently, and you guys will see how good and how quick one of these brushes is when it comes to cleaning the Overlocker when we actually get into it. But this is a brush I use, and this is a brush I recommend as well. And then the last thing you're going to need when it comes to maintaining and looking after the Overlocker is Overlocker Oil. Now I use just some regular Singer oil, which I bought off eBay. I will link this down below if I can still find it. This is just 125ml, and you literally use a few drops at a time. It will last you for so long. most sewing machines don't require a specific oil, but if they do, I do recommend checking with your manufacturer. But in general, you know, just some regular sewing machine oil will be fine. So this is just what I use personally. So those are the basic tools you're going to need just for regular maintenance on your overlocker. So I'm now going to get into maintaining the overlocker and showing you guys the actual cleaning and the oiling of it, and giving you guys a few tips and tricks in that area. So here is my overlocker. I use the Janome 2000D air thread overlocker, but the inside of most overlockers are pretty much the same. So the first thing I'm going to do is just remove this thread trap and empty this in the trash, because that needs cleaning too. And then what I'm going to do next is just open up the thread door. So as I said, my machine is a air thread machine, so it doesn't have all of the loopers threading system that typically other overlockers that you guys may have will have. So, you know, things like here, there is a cleaning process for it, but I'm not going to do that in this video because I want to really speak to the general, you know, people with a general overlocker, because I know these are more expensive and not everyone has an air thread. Most people do have a, you know, thread it yourself overlocker. So this is what typically the inside of an overlocker would look like. Of course, like I said, mine's the air threading system, so it may look a bit different to you guys, but the cleaning and things will be pretty much the same. So the side of your overlocker, the left side of your overlocker will open up, all of them do. So if you just pull it apart, as you guys can see, it will open up like so, and that is really where the mechanics and things are for your overlocker. So now let's get into the cleaning of it and the general maintenance. So the first thing I like to do is, as you guys can see, I open up all of my machine. In here, in the mechanics of the machine, you guys can probably see that down there and also on the inside there is a lot of fibre and dust, so I am going to clean that off. So I like to just go in, take your brush and go in the machine. You know, go in softly and gently. You don't have to, you know, be really rough and hard. That's not necessary, because you also don't want to push the fibres and the fabric into the back of the machine. You really do just want to brush it out nice and slowly. And with this fan brush, you can really just get in there and pull it all out, which is again another reason why I prefer this. Now this is a more of a side view of the machine. Again, I like to go in with my fan brush and really just dust it all out and get all of that excess fibre out of there, because you really do not want it in there. So that is my machine all cleaned and dusted. That part really is simple, but the thing about the brush I really did want to get over to you guys is I do really recommend this fan brush. If you have something stubborn that's stuck in there, the other brush that comes with your machine is, you know, fantastic. But that fan brush is definitely a lifesaver and a time saver as well. So now let's get into actually the oiling of the machine and kind of the physical maintenance of it as well. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I like to use this Singer oil. You can use it for a lot of things, and a sewing machine is one of them. Now, what I like to use this oil for is obviously oiling the machine, and oiling your machine is absolutely essential to having a overlocker run smoothly and efficiently, especially if you're using it for long periods of time. Now, in your manual, there is going to be certain points that you are going to want to oil, and they may be slightly different, so I do recommend you consult your manual for them. But in general, you need to oil everything that is a moving part. Now, that is pretty much this part of the machine, but up top of your machine there is normally a hole that you can put oil in as well, and on my machine it's this hole back here. I'm not quite sure what it does, but it does say to oil that in the manual, so that's what I'm going to do. So all you need to do is apply a few drops in the hole. It doesn't have to be a lot because it will go a long way, so I'm just going to apply 3 or 4 drops into that hole. I put about 3 or 4 drops in that hole, and I'll just leave that sink down and do its thing. Then I'm just going to leave the needles up so I can get access to all of the moving parts. And before I oil, I am just going to go in and brush away any excess fibre again, because you don't want any of that to get stuck to the oil, because that can just cause build up and just general, you know, nastiness in the machine, which you do not want. So I'm just going to take my machine oil and specifically here where the square bit is and the tube where that goes up and down. I'm going to apply oil. I'm also going to apply oil at the bottom as well, and also over here on these parts as well. So I've just applied a few drops there, so hopefully you guys can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just again going to turn my machine so the oil really gets in there and starts to lubricate those mechanisms. Again, like I said, pretty much any moving part of the machine, like so. And again down here, and again down here. And then once them areas are lubricated, I'm then going to again move my machine just to ensure that it all gets in and it's nicely lubricated. So that is the entire machine oiled. Again, you're going to oil any moving part, most importantly the loopers and these areas here where it moves the feed dogs and the knife. If you guys aren't sure where to oil, your manual does tell you, and you can also use the hand dial on the side of the machine to move this machine manually so you can see the moving parts. You know, looking after the overlocker, it's not hard, but definitely needs to be done, and watching videos like this can help. And then once you've maintained the overlocker, if you guys have unthreaded it, you can rethread and things like that. You're just going to close it back up. So I just like to close the left side first, and then I will close the right side like so, and I'll just brush excess off of the table. And what I like to do is run some scrap fabric through just to test it and ensure it's all running smoothly. So that's what we're going to do now. My machine is still running smoothly and efficiently like it should, and that is a perfect overlock stitch. So that is how you maintain your overlocker on a very basic level, but it is essential to having a machine run smoothly and last a very long time. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed. I really hope you have picked up a tip or trick or two just in this video alone, whether that is simply by the tools I'm using or even if it's just areas of the machine you guys didn't know about. Most of you probably already knew how to clean your overlocker and maintain it, but for those of you that didn't or just haven't, I really hope this video has inspired you too, or again you have learned something from it, because it is, as I keep saying, it's a very essential part of having an overlocker or having any sewing machine. All sewing machines need maintenance and they need cleaning on a regular basis in order to run smoothly and also to work for years to come efficiently. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you've learned anything. This is how I do it, and again, if I wanted to change anything with the mechanics of the machine itself, I would take it to a registered service provider. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you aren't already. Again, also be sure to follow me down below on Instagram, that is just at RyanRicksUK, and also feel free to join my free Facebook community group that is called Support and Promote Your Sewing, and in there you can support and promote your own sewing as well as others. I'm really looking forward to uploading more on this overlocker series. If you guys have any specific videos on the overlocker or videos in general you want to see, let me know down below or send me a message on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.